So I have this validate CSV Python script that I wrote with the aid of LM Studio running DeepSeek R1 locally entirely on my Mac. I have the convos of going through iterations of the script here, and I basically want to enhance it. So what it was able to do for me, I made some modifications to the output of this to better tweak it to what I needed it to do, but the majority of the writing was done by the LLM. So the purpose of this script is to enforce some rules in a CSV file. So we have this header like so, starting with language code, country code, key, copy, and usage description. Usage description can be optional, but everything else is required. And then we have certain constraints of the values. There are certain values, and then there's certain language locale values, and then there are certain country code values that correspond to them, which the script automatically checks for. It also checks for snake casing instead of camel casing, so it'll fail over here, and make sure that there are corresponding values, so it'll fail over here as well, and that we don't have any excess values that are erroneous. So if we were to go through executing this validator script, we'll see that right off the bat, it says validation failed at row 2, column 2. It's padded with white space. So this CSV needs to have no white spaces whatsoever in it. So if I do this, row 2, column 4 is padded with white space. So now if I delete this, now it should work. Or no, it'll complain about white space at the very end, I believe. Oh, okay, no, it's gonna go line by line. So row 2 now it's complaining about an invalid language code. So it needs to be IT for Italian. And row 3 has 6 columns, not 5, which is what is needed. Row 3 doesn't have exactly 5 columns, it has 6. Let me remove that extra one and rerun. Oh, row 3, column 4 is padded with white space. Here we go. Row 5, column 4 is padded with white space. Here we go. And then row 5 has an invalid country code for language Spanish. So it should be ES. Oh no, sorry, it should be US. There we go, it should be US. And then now if I run it again, row 5 has a key value, so suppose. Now the file is valid. It helped me get through the validation after rerunning it multiple times. So what we saw in the previous run of the script is that upon each run, it will only print out a single error at a time for each run, and then it will exit. And if you look at the code, it'll basically do a check for a condition, and then it will return. And when it returns, it exits out of this loop. I basically want to change this to listing out all issues with a CSV file in a single run of the script, so that I run it one time, it'll basically list out every issue in the script, and then I can go line by line and basically correct those issues it found, and then run it again one more time to double check that it's validated. So it would actually vastly reduce my workflow to not having to run the script multiple times in order to resolve all issues in a given file. And so I'm going to be running DeepSeek R1 running locally on LM Studio and not connected to the internet to basically assist me in this task, and I'm going to be documenting how well it does. Okay, so given the following Python script, please modify it to print out all errors rather than exiting upon finding an issue with the input file. I hope that's clear enough. Anyway, here goes. I'm going to try this request, hopefully it works. There. To ensure that your script prints out all errors rather than exiting upon finding an issue with the input file, you can make sure that each potential error condition returns a message and status indicating failure. The main loop will then handle these messages appropriately. Here's how you can modify the script to achieve this. Okay, return false, and then the main loop will have changes, right? If is valid, print errors. Oh, yeah, it's aggregating errors now. Awesome. So is valid file path. Oh, okay, so collect all errors in a list over here, and then we're going to append it, but it's returning false. Oh, it returns before entering the loop. Okay, so it's doing a continue here. Interesting. So since we're not in the loop, we're going to check the header row and exit early in the event the header row is not correct. But in the event the header row is correct, we will then start appending errors to a list. If no errors were collected, the file is valid and we return true. Otherwise, we're going to return false along with the error list. Very nice indeed. Makes sense to me. All right, let's give this guy a run, shall we? Ran through it, did a sanity check of sorts just by skimming through it. Looks to be okay. Pasting it in, saving it, and then I'm going to enter in some new lines before running. The file is valid. Oh yes, of course. I need to actually make it invalid. So let me go back and do this. All right. Now, aha, nice. It's working as expected.
Nice.
Very nice. We are now seeing all validation failures at a glance. I can basically get this CSV file checked and then potentially fixed in 2 runs rather than the number of errors plus 1 to do a verification at the very end to get a file valid. So let's see here. If I were to actually change this to like this, which is invalid now, and run, it's gonna exit with a single validation failure saying that the header row is incorrect. Okay. Interesting. This is one case that it kind of makes sense it's doing it this way because we enter a loop from row 2 onwards because we're looping through the lines. But row 1's a header and it's a one-of-a-kind line. So it makes sense that it'll fail early if the header is not correct. But I'm going to ask the LLM to include this validation for the header row along with everything else. Let's see if it works. Let's see if this works. I want it to somewhat infer a little bit of what I want it to do, and hopefully it will understand. Nice, it understood it. Even after encountering an issue with the header row, we need to arrange the logic slightly. Specifically, we'll collect all errors before performing any check and then return a message based on whether there are any issues found. Here's how you can adjust the script. I'm gonna copy it early with open, check the header row first. Yes, and we're appending it. Perfect. Okay, nice. So we do the check for the header and then we see an error and we append it, and then we continue with this loop here, enumerating the reader, which will take us step by step, line by line through the rest of the file, appending errors along the way. Perfect. So this should actually work. I already copied it, so I'm gonna paste it and rerun it. Hopefully this works. Yes, it did work. Perfect.
Nice.
It worked. This is great. Let me quickly go line by line and rectify these issues. It doesn't like this white space here. I can also like skip around, right? So suppose is not in snake case. So I could go like this and then just like resolve this, save it, and then rerun it, and I should get far less errors because I resolved like maybe about half of them. Yeah, nice. Invalid language code IN, so IT I can make it. I can make like another error here, assuming that I wasn't paying attention, did a typo while fixing things. And then I can rerun it again. Oh, okay, IT, all right. Expected IT, perfect. So this guy can be deleted. This space over here can be deleted. 2 more. Row 3 does not have exactly 5 columns, it has 6. Nice catch there, I did not see that. Row 5 has an invalid country code for language ES, expected US. Nice, and now this should work. The file is valid. How great is that? Okay, great.
Nice.
So this is working out great. Awesome. A brief recap. So initially we had a Python script, which is validating a CSV file, and it would initially work by reading the CSV file line by line, and it would print the error and then exit out of the script. And that's not ideal because in a very large CSV file, there could be many errors. And the user would have to resort to running the script to have it print out each and every error with that file. So what I had it do was change the way it worked so that now all errors are appended into a list, and this entire list of errors is printed out at the end, right before exiting the script. And so it's done this successfully. So this video is concluded, but if you would like to see more about me using DeepSeek to modify and improve this CSV validator, stay tuned and I will be releasing more parts for this series in the future. Thanks so much for watching.